School districts face a lot of legal issues as agencies charged with the care and education of minor children. Here are some specific district obligations that have influence on cyberbullying policy. Protecting students' constitutional and civil rights, providing a safe environment conducive to learning, providing equal access to education, addressing behavior that poses a risk to student learning or safety, preventing and responding to bullying and harassment, and keeping caregivers informed. According to Nancy E. Willard, director of the Center for Safe and Responsible Internet Use, 4 First Amendment cases have determined the criteria for limiting students' freedom of expression. If the expression in question meets one of the following, the school may be allowed to place restrictions on that speech. If the expression causes substantial disruption to the workings of the school, encroaches on the rights of other students, uses a channel that is specific to the school or may be seen as originating from the school, or presents offensive or vulgar expressions in public discourse, specifically if those expressions could lead to safety issues. Fourth Amendment rights come into play in cyberbullying situations when school officials are faced with the dilemma of whether or not to search students' electronic records and personal digital devices. Though much of this is still vague or undetermined, Nancy Willard suggests considering the following when searching student records. If the records were accessed through technology owned by the school, it is generally held that schools have the right to review those records. Recently in the news, there was a story of school officials that remotely accessed webcams in laptops they allowed students to take off school property. This was seen as outside school jurisdiction and as an invasion of privacy. It's always a good idea to inform students that school networks and devices are being monitored to avoid situations such as this. Searching personal devices is trickier as there is a higher expectation of privacy when searching personal belongings. Many schools decide to call law enforcement officers to conduct searches if there is an indication of criminal activity. Searches by school personnel should always be conducted by administrators. You must have a justifiable reason to search the personal device before initiating the search, and the search must be reasonable.